Hello and welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show airs each weekday morning, hella early at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube, and then at 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. We are a show aimed at entrepreneurs and those who own their own business, those who like to own their own business, and those who simply want to live like a boss. If you find yourself falling within one of these designations, you've arrived at the right place. Now, as you may also be able to discern from the show's title, we're also interested in the ideal of using joy itself as a technology to move us towards our goals and objectives. We encourage everyone on this show to start their own business that they may be able to also fund their dream project, their passion project that maybe heretofore they've been unable to fund because they've been unable to secure a bank loan or identify a funding angel. We're here to say that you can actually create, and we help people create internal funding mechanisms by literally creating businesses, again, designed to fund the actual dream. You can go to productivethroughjoy.com to see about us. We also, of course, speak to schools and organizations about how to become more productive through joy and have a special program for the youth because those young folks are the future and we want to see them be productive for us as well. So welcome to the show. We're going to be talking about a really important topic today, service and productivity. What is the import of imagining what you do, your entrepreneurial exploits, your desire to be a boss as a kind of service, and how that can eventually enhance your productivity. But first, let me say a few words about myself. But first, if you're enjoying the show so far, just please share this on your social media networks. And you can also go to, again, productivethroughjoy.com or simply michaeldatcher.com or the Michael Datcher channel here on YouTube, which is where we're at right now. But let me say a few words about myself first. This is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. I'm the author of the New York Times bestseller Raising Fences, which was a Today Show Book of the Month pick. That book's film rights were optioned by the actor Will Smith, whose people called My People, and I eventually agreed to write the screenplay for that particular project. I'm also the author of the acclaimed historical novel Americus, which is set 13 miles from Ferguson, where Michael Brown, of course, was murdered. That book interrogates the intersection of race and violence in America, and it's about identical twin sons. That book will be coming out this February 2018 on Third World Press. Look forward in bookstores everywhere. All right. I'm also a professor of English at Loyola Marymount University here in California, and my educational background is UC Berkeley as an undergraduate. My master's is from UCLA, and my PhD in English literature is from the University of California at Riverside. Listen, I'm an expert at being productive. I don't say that to brag, but people are oftentimes surprised at my level of productivity given how crazy my own personal narrative is. I am the product of a young girl who was raped at 16, gave birth to me at 17, and subsequently gave me up for adoption to a single divorcee who was great. And at the time, there was for me, no biological father, no adopted father. Listen, so difficult times for the young MD. Yet as Cool Modi famously said, "Ha, you like me now." And if I can be this productive through joy, so can many of us who are watching this show. Again, welcome. We're going to be talking today in just a few moments about the import of service and how that can impact your productivity. In the morning show, we also like to talk about the import of framing your day before your day has a chance to frame you. At times, we wake up early in the morning with trouble on our mind from the night before, and that early morning space of worry and doubt can follow us throughout our day, and before we know it, we've had a day, and maybe even a week or a month or some years of living in a stressful mind frame. And so, with entrepreneurs and those who are seeking to live like a boss, especially because oftentimes money is involved, it can enhance the stress levels. And so, we identify that and know that just through experience. So we focus a great deal on helping people. A great deal on helping people deal with their stress. And we do it in the context of a ritual. Ritual can be defined as essentially doing the same thing at around the same time. Let me share my brief morning ritual to give you a sense of to serve as an exemplar. So in the mornings, I wake up at 3:45. I wish it was 4:45. I wake up at 3:45 a.m. I read a couple of spiritual and/or business books. I do our show at 4:45 a.m. Until 5. And then at 5, I work on my current book, my current novel until basically sunrise, which is around 6:30 now here in LA. And then at that point, I go to the beach. I live here along the coast in Venice Beach, California. So I bring my drum, I walk out, meditate, pray, do yoga, some on the coast, and it is a beautiful, powerful time. Then I walk back to the house here, um, and work on my book a while longer, and then go back to the beach to run up the coast past Santa Monica's Pier, then come all the way back here to Venice to get my workout on at my gym. I go to Gold's Gym here in Venice. And so by 9:30, guys, I'm feeling amazing. My body is being flooded with endorphins, and those endorphins and that endorphin release gives me a sense of euphoria that I can then use to leverage. I can then leverage to move me towards my goals and objectives, which of course involve consulting, writing, and publishing. So we're not saying do what I do, but we are saying do something that you can do every day in a ritualized way, because life happens every day. In fact, I'm reading two great books as a part of my own reading time. I'm reading a book called, bam, here we go, the Nag Hammadi Reader or Library. I've got a couple of versions of it. And that book is a book of early Gnostic writing, so books inspired by the ancient Egyptians, whose premise was to know the self is to know God and spirituality, which had a great influence, obviously, on the life of Jesus. And then I'm also reading a great book of a business book about having a wealth mindset called You Are a Badass at Making Money. And so from those two books, I extract some wisdom, which I call the morning chant. Today's morning chant is, bam, morning chant. As a meditating natural mystic, I do God's will by manifesting abundance to serve others. Again, as a meditating natural mystic, I do God's will by manifesting abundance to serve others. So I think about that throughout my day, place it on my phone, contemplate those ideas, and then also create the morning and afternoon shows around those themes. So today we're talking about service and productivity. So again, please go to productivethroughjoy.com, see about us. We offer live one-on-one Productive Through Joy trainings. And of course, we come out and speak to schools and organizations about being more productive through joy, live and in person. All right. You can also go, of course, to michaeldatcher.com and, of course, to the Michael Datcher channel where this show broadcasts from. All right, let's dive in. So today we're talking about service and productivity. And what does that mean? So point one is that you want to know that as you imagine your business, your entrepreneurial exploits, but also your personal life as a means of service, although it can be counterintuitive, meaning why should I think about serving people when I'm just trying to survive myself, or I'm trying to serve me and my family, which of course is fine and makes sense. But when you begin to conceptualize the idea that your life is a vehicle for service, that's a way to essentially, as we said earlier via this morning chant, to serve the Most High, God, whatever you want to call the Most High, God, Yahweh, Allah, doesn't matter for us. We just want you to know that there is something bigger, greater, grander than us in the universe. Call it what you will. But when you are serving other people, you're also serving the universe, serving God, because you're participating in the one. As many world religions teach, and many of the Gnostic and ancient belief systems also subscribe to, is that in the beginning there was just one thing, and from that one thing all things were created. And because energy, spirit, God, in some texts it's called, can't be created or destroyed, it just changes forms. That means that which was here in the beginning is still here today, including inside of us, including inside of everyone. And so when you serve individuals, you're also serving the one, you're serving the God, and as a result, you're also serving yourself. So point one is that you want to know that service to others is service to yourself and service to the Most High. And which goes into point two. When you are in the mode of service, when that's your business, it's best seen through example. As you may have heard of Tom's Shoes. Tom's is a shoe company based here in Venice. And the leader of Tom's, founder of Tom's, infamously and infamously decided as his business model to give away a pair of shoes for every pair of shoes he sold. Give away a pair of shoes to people in the world who didn't have shoes to wear. In that model of service, people mocked it and thought it was crazy. It's a poor business model in a profit-driven society to give away free products for every product that you sell. but because millennials especially like that idea, they really supported Toms. And frankly, Toms are not the most attractive shoes, or even the most comfortable, or even the most well made. Keeping it totally real, but because millennials especially like the idea of a company giving back, they really supported those at times pretty ugly shoes. There's a cafe in Venice where I live at, so I support Toms by going to the cafe and riding there and buying coffee, and that's my way to support Toms. I like to also support businesses that give back to people. So that's an example of a business model that people have probably heard of, but many businesses do the same thing now because millennials want that, and those are the future consumers of the world. And so that leads us to point two. You want to know that when you are in that service oriented approach, people are going to support you, support your business, support your endeavors, support your family, because that is a thing that people want to support, especially millennials, which goes into point three. You want to know that as you begin to serve, as you begin to organize your business or organize your personal way of living as someone who wants to live like a boss, a part of that living like a boss is serving like an employee. Having the mindset that I want to serve, I want to give, and that's going to lead to a heightened level of productivity because people are going to want to support you. I've seen it so many times in my work, and this work, and other types of work that I've done. Service is contagious. It just feels good to serve. When people see you serving, and as a sidebar, yes, some people are going to take advantage of that. Yes, some people are going to exploit you. Yes, some people are going to mock and laugh at you. That's all going to happen. Not if that's, I've seen it in my own life as a server and experienced many other people's service that was exploited. That's going to happen. That is going to happen. Yet, and also, you can't worry about that. You have to just do the work. And in the long term, it's going to work out to your benefit. A, you're going to feel better. B, you're going to be able to help people. And C, people are going to, in this circular world, are going to come back and want to help you, and they will. And that will lead to unexpected abundance and surprises that will blow your mind. Boom! There goes the dynamite. That's all for this morning show. This is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher, here at the 445 Productive Through Joy show. We are each weekday morning, hella early here at 4:45 a.m. on YouTube Live, and then 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. On YouTube, of course, at the Michael Datcher channel. That's Datcher, like a baseball catcher, Michael Datcher. Please become a subscriber and get these videos live and direct. Thanks for being here. We will see you this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. On Facebook Live. So until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Deuces.